Hello, Internet. I'm a Tumblr bot, and today we're gonna be talking about children in Discord, a model, and I'm gonna finally do the Omegle thing. So before we start this video, I just like to point out that I've been picking up my room. My bed it's actually not clean right now, but it's normally clean. I cleaned up my desk. It looks cleaner. It's actually cleaner than it looks. And I also organized my shelf. I organized it. So those are 3 things I have done this year, means that I'm being more productive. Yay! Also, my mom cut my hair, but let's not talk about that because I haven't stylized it to look okay. So you're gonna have to contend with me looking like this. Now let's actually talk about a child in Discord. So back in January 11th, more or less, I got a friend request from someone. Let's call him Tiny Baby Dick. Let's call him Baby. Like a baby. This is a baby. This is literally a child. So send me a friend request. And recently I've been getting a lot of bots just sending me a friend request and telling me like, you'll never believe what this person told you about in this Discord server and this and that and these and those. And I'm like, what? And then like they don't respond. And like I have a lot of friend requests, so just bots straight up. So yeah. And with that said, this child, call him the baby, he's a child, decided to send me a friend request, and I did my usual thing. I wrote in a message, who is this? I wrote in a message, who is this? And they told me, hello, I'm a kid. I'm like, cool, what kid? Or if I am to be polite, how can I help you? Because what reason would a baby, like small little child have? What reason would a small little child have messaging me? So they, after I said like, how can I help you? They said, but I need your help though. And I'm like, okay, what's that? What do you need help with? It's like to get a Mr. Beat gaming. Now my ape brain, recognizing patterns, read it as Mr. Beast, and I was correct. It was Mr. Beast, but the ape brain made the big dum of thinking, hey, this kid thinks I work personally with Mr. Beast. As much as I would like that, I don't. And so I'm like, I don't know how to help you there, fam. I do YouTube, but like, what do you mean? Because I got this one, I'm like, you want a DM Mr. Beast? You want to talk about something with Mr. Beast? What does the baby want? And then he writes, you do YouTube? I'm like, it's not a living, but it's fun. He's like, can you tell me your YouTube channel? I'm like, it's Jake Glez 2020 or 21 if it updates, lol. There's nothing to look at, but I enjoy making the content. I also have JCrab Gaming, where I do the gaming stuff. Look at me, I do the gaming stuff. Does his face look like I do gaming? Yes, it does. He's like, OMG. I'm like, question mark? And like, this you? And he sends me the picture of 2020 in review. Like the 2020 video. I'm like, yes. It's like, you capping. I'm like, I guess I be capping. He's like, bro. Alright, I enjoy myself, I cannot lie. And then he sends this gif of the Meat Canyon video of Mr. Beast. If you want to watch that, you can Google it yourself, search it yourself. Not necessarily Google it. Whatever. I'm like, thanks for the compliment. So what do you mean on getting into Mr. Beast? He's like, I need help. I'm like, okay, with what? Into getting in Mr. Beast Gaming. And like my mind clicks, you know, and like it's like, oh, you mean like the Discord? He's like, you know how? Yes, like the Discord. He didn't say like the Discord, but like I assume that's what he meant. So the Discord. Hold on, like my headset over here is like above the thing. I've rearranged my desk. Like here's a picture, and like also added something new recently. So anyway, you're already part of it, my guy. Because like I said, it's a check, and I checked. He is part of the Mr. Beat Gaming Discord. I'm like, you're already part of it, my guy. It's how you found me, right? It's like, yes. Then you in, my guy. And like, he's like, okay, what's the step? No, actually, he says, okay, what's the step? W-A-T-S instead of W-H-A-T-S. Now this is like, let's put a pin on that one, and like we'll continue. Like no step, you in. I tell him how I'm in instead of how am I in. Like you are in the server. Lee? I mean, one sec. What do you mean? He says. I mean, I am looking in the server, and you're part of it. Like he is in the server. This guy is in the server. I don't see myself. Can you send me a photo? And I'm like, whatever. So I screen cap it, and then I point like there he is. There he is. Like there he is. That's him. There you are. There you are, child. He's like, yes, but it won't let me write Phoenix Wright in the server. And like I'm thinking, oh, he wants to like chat and stuff. And then I'm like, you can't do that, kid. You can't possibly do that. You're not allowed to talk in a server where there's like millions of people where it's been known to crash. I'm like, oh, you can't. Not unless you have permission from the admins and junk. He's like, what do you mean? It sent me this link. And I'm like, well, it's not a server to chat in. With how many people follow Mr. Beast, it would crash. As such, I don't think there will be people chatting unless it's like people allowed. And like that's like the logic of it. Unless you're not allowed, I don't think you're gonna be chatting much up, my guy. And then he sends me a link to a Google Docs form, which is like a Minecraft builder enlistment thing. Like if you're a Minecraft builder, you can like sign up for it in junk. I'm like, oh yeah, that's applied to be a builder and for Mr. Beast, like applying for a job only with Mr. Beast. And you don't get paid, it's just Mr. Beast asking you to do this, that, and this. And he just gives you stuff. I mean, I don't know if you get paid. It's like, we're currently looking for a full-time Minecraft builder that specializes in polish and detailed builds. The applicants also require extensive skill in world edit, as well as the ability to understand how the map design impacts the gameplay and visual experience, blah, blah, blah. The usual mumbo jumbo while you get into like a job or whatever. It's like, oh, so you were saying that. I'm like, yeah. It's basically to inform people and gather users for like contests and all that. Not so much for chatting. I think certain bad things would happen if everyone was allowed to chat. You know, with the exception of whenever Mr. Beast invites people into the voice chat and like people are randomly picked. But yeah. Can help me in that? I'm like, I cannot. Okay, I'm gonna let you know when I'm done. I'm like, that's to apply as a professional Minecraft builder. The Google Docs, not to be like an admin of Minecraft. Admin of Mr. Beast. Like, oh, okay. No, he's like, done. I'm like, cool, man. Enjoy. He's like, thanks. With an X. So much. I'm like, yeah, you know that thing that goes, that one, that's what I'm going with. And then he writes, want to call. Now, I don't normally talk with, like, normal people that I don't know, like strangers. I don't normally just hop into a convo with a stranger and be like, yeah, sure, alright. Like, there's gotta be at least, like, 5,000 words between us, and there ain't even, I bet I could count it, and there's not like, even, like, 500 words. And then he's like, I'm like, cause I don't want to shout. I'm like, can't, I'm busy. He's like, oh, okay. And also, if you do a video, can you shout me out, please, and my Instagram? Remember that pin? Remember that pin I told you to like put in the corner? Yeah. It's one of those cases. So I'm like, homie, let me share you some advice. How old are you? I'm like guessing like he's like 9 or 10 years old, maybe. Like, you know, the 9-year-old army. Turns out he's 16. I shouldn't even be sharing this story, but since I'm not giving any actual username, he's just a baby. He's a little baby. He's just a little baby. What's something that's baby? Oh, I don't know. I got a keyboard. Mini micro baby man keyboard. He's just a little baby. He's a little thing. He's a little thing. You know what? I'm like, oh wow, okay. I basically give this kid the whole rundown of like, don't ask people for shoutouts and junk, because like no one's gonna give you a shout out unless that person's saying like, yo, what's your details, I'ma shout you out. Like the camera's like they're, unless they're like, give me the deets, I'ma shout you out. He's like, what you mean? I'm like, in what? He's like, everything. I'm like, well, firstly, I'm not a big YouTuber. Hold on. I'm like, I'm not a big YouTuber. I ain't got clout. I'm searching for clout though. Like my latest video, the Mr. Beast video, let me check how many views it's got, because like honestly, I'm just kind of riding that boat until I can, you know, get the clout I want. Like I know I'm doing these videos for fun. 113 views, which is a lot more than I've gotten in like an entire lifetime. I'm like, not for clout, or to bring, I do YouTube for fun, or to bring a message to those that will listen. Like you guys that pay attention to me and give me attention, that this is for you. This is all for you. This is for like myself and you. Those are for the people that give a fuck to listen. And like, if you'll listen to me, then be sure to go down in the description if you're new and hit up the Discord and my Twitter and my everything. I am desperate at this point. I'm like, not for clout necessarily, but the point is, if you ask for a shout out, people usually don't listen or don't care enough to do it. I don't do it unless I think the small niche group of people I know should know about a specific person, either on YouTube or wherever. What I'm just saying. What am I saying? He's like, oh, got it. I'm like, if you really got it, then tell me what I just said, but in your own words. You know what this little shit does? You know what he has the audacity to do? The audacity to do. He copies everything I had said before and pastes it back, plagiarizing what I just said. Holy heck. And I'm like, another piece of advice, that is plagiarism. Don't do that. Do that never. If you can avoid doing that, copying and pasting whatever you find and saying you said it, then you will go far. Secondly, ask for you to explain to me what I told you, not to recite it back to me. Say it back to me in your own words, not mine. And basically from here out, he starts going like, hey, hi, hey, ho, hey, ho, ha, 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 ha. The first time I'm like, oh, hi, copycat. And then he writes copycat. I'm like, yeah, that's what you are. And then he writes STFP pussy. His attempt, I believe, was to tell me to shut the F up, pussy. But instead he said, shut the frick, papa. I don't know, man. Like, it's STFP, like, SPF 13 is some. And then he starts calling me to Discord. And this has been going on all the way. It stopped until like February 11th, which literally it just went on for a month. This whole thing went out for a month. And last things he said is like, if you call, I'ma stop. I'm like, I'll just block you if you keep going. Like, I'm just trying to be like a little force of good in the world and like trying to teach this kid, since, you know, I've been in the internet for like, I've been in there since like I'm 10 years old. Like, let's guess, let's estimate 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I've been in the internet for like 14 years, my guy. I know a thing or two about internet etiquette. And like, just maybe don't be rude in the internet and call people pussy or tell them to shut the fuck up, because you're not gonna get your way. I'm not gonna say this kid's name. Don't search for him. I'm not gonna show you his profile or anything. Like, this is what happened. Let's leave it at that. Let's move on to the next point, which is this video of the highly acclaimed Australian model that dressed as Zarya from Overwatch, Stefania Ferrario. Let's put on the headphones for this one. Let me make sure I have the audio for desktop enabled. She's gonna talk about that vegan teacher. I'm gonna like literally skip ahead around in this video. I'm gonna lower the volume also so that I don't go deaf. This is actually this is the video about her defending that vegan teacher, which I don't tolerate. I'm cool with not eating meat. Like, I'm an omnivore. I can live without meat, but like,
here we have a classic case of it's easier to shoot the messenger than to accept the damn message. Miss Katie, otherwise known as That Vegan, and garnered over 1.7. Miss Katie has single-handedly made veganism a hot topic for the youth of today.
Now, I'd like to oppose that point. I think they're more... Well, actually, there's about the same amount of vegans as there were before. It's just that the vegans that existed already died. Now, I'm not here to get political because I hate politics. I'm informed, but I don't like to participate in politics. Unless it's like, you know, pertinent to my well-being and all that junk. But I think vegans suck in the sense of putting it into your face. So much so that the other day I was driving down the street in my new 6'4", in my car. Well, logically, I was driving in my car with my mom, and I didn't capture a photo of it. But this person in front of me had a custom license plate. And, you know, because I live in a place where it's an island, it's in Spanish. It said vegan in Spanish. And I got upset for the rest of the day. I don't like vegans pushing stuff onto me. If you're going to teach me the ways of your stuff, don't force it down my throat. Anyway, she goes on talking about like how she's right and how she's gonna how that vegan teacher is like gonna be the one to be like eye-opening and junk, and then proceeds to show us like a bunch of like tortured animal videos and all that junk. Like, when I eat, I don't want to think about where my food came from, much less what happened to that food. I'm just gonna wash my food. If it's frozen, I'm gonna trust it's clean. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna cook it. I'm gonna be happy. And I'm gonna move on with my day, or afternoon or evening. I am going to eat the food and not think about how this animal was raised in captivity, because I genuinely don't care. Fun fact, vegetables also also feel pain. Fish feel pain. Everything feels pain. Trees feel pain. And if you're gonna come at me and tell me that as a vegan that you should like that I should like just like, you know, try and like be a part of this lifestyle of like not eating animal products, then don't consume anything that is like killing the environment. That includes phones, technology, and everything, you know, because like that's damaging the environment. You know how much silicone, lithium, and all those chemicals we're getting out of the earth. Yeah, coal. Don't come at me and tell me to not eat meat. You're gonna ignore the bigger basis of like the entire problem, which is like the damaging of the earth. Now, let's finish up with this. I'm gonna set it up so that it's on OBS, and like not OBS. It's gonna be so like it's Omegle, so you guys can get satisfied, and let's go. So Omegle wasn't working, so I decided I'll just grab my Rubik's Cube and I'll solve it in front of you guys. It's not like I already looked at it, so no, it's the other way around. Wait, can you see it? There we go. I solved it. That's the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff. Bye.